Respected Prime Minister, the CEO of the World Bank, Mr. Nipen Misraji, Cabinet Secretary, my colleague, Secretary DIPP, all excellencies and friends. India has scored a significant achievement in terms of achieving this milestone. But just didn't happen just like that. This is the leadership of the Prime Minister who has envisioned a completely new India, and therefore for the last 3.5 years, number of initiatives have been launched, implemented, and that's the result of what we are seeing today. So in a way, he's a Prime Minister whose vision in reality in action. It's a policy which is implemented on the ground. The relationship between macro and really what is happening on the micro. Several people talked about opening of the economy, which our government is doing in a very significant way. But also what is important is opening our ears and eyes to the reality on the ground. And this is the result. When we realize the small businesses, SMEs, and the entrepreneurs of India, they suffer, and that's why Prime Minister took this initiative, and now we are seeing the result that India has moved into the top 100 numbers. This is a result of legislative, administrative, and policy changes which have resulted into India's improving the rank. It's a part of a vision of overall development, and there has been a classical debate going on for years, not just in this country, but all over the world. What should come first? Is it a social development should come first, which will in turn bring in economic development, or economic development will spur the social development? But we didn't have the luxury of debating on these issues in academic way. So the Prime Minister decided that we'll do both at the same time. Social development and economic development will happen at the same time, which will result into propelling each other into a new growth trajectory. There are so many initiatives on social sectors. Whether I don't want to spell all of that, you are experiencing it. But even that social change with economic development is something which the Prime Minister has embarked upon, and we are seeing it today. It is to change not just economy, but change the society as a whole. And I'm sure this integrated development approach that the Prime Minister will see so many new achievements that we'll achieve in the next few years' time. All the flagship program of the Prime Minister in the last few years are interconnected. Make in India program, Startup India program, Digital India program, all they are related to one another, and therefore all of them working simultaneously is really going to give us the result in the years to come. In fact, today, we are seeing the rank improving to 100, the result of which we will see over a period of time when new entrepreneurs will be created, new entrepreneurs will be born, and there will be time to do it. So this is part of an overall vision which we are seeing today, which will, I'm sure, will bring in a new business culture in India. Already in the last 3.5 years, we are seeing an exponential growth into infrastructure development, infrastructure investment. All of this is the investment, not just for today, but for future. Expansion of formal economy, which again is going to bring us a great result in the next year's time. This is actually a real partnership at works. Partnership with states, partnership with all stakeholders, partnership even with World Bank. I was just now telling the CEO that World Bank is not only the bank of money, it is the ideas bank. So learning from them, unlearning the right lessons is something which is going to help us a great deal. I'm sure this will propel us into new growth trajectory, also result into incremental capital output ratio improving. In fact, ease of doing business, the same amount of capital you invest, you will get better returns. So therefore, the GDP growth rates that will happen in the next few years' time will be significantly higher with all these initiatives which Prime Minister has taken, and I'm sure this will going to result into a significant change in future. We are working out now a plan of making each and every district ranking so that we understand within the state also which are the districts who are doing well and which are not doing so well. In fact, the New India vision, which will really be possible with all these initiatives coming at the same time, will mean that reform is means to an end, and not end in itself. This is the key to success for tomorrow's doing. We are working on many other initiatives, which I don't want to spell out today, which the Prime Minister personally monitoring, including ease of trading, not just ease of doing business, as well as ensuring that we'll be able to work and unshackle all the major impediments in the way of entrepreneurs doing the real job. India's growth story will be driven by entrepreneurs. India's growth story has been the entrepreneurial spirit which was unleashed, but there are so many unshackling of issues which are necessary, which we are doing now. So we look forward to the continued leadership, continued guidance, and in that process, we'll be able to work even faster. So thank you very much. Congratulations to all those who work with us. Looking forward to working with them in future. Thank you very much.
Ease of doing business is the cornerstone of attracting more investments and thereby creating more jobs, as has been underscored in this